the Northeast president of NIDO, e-commerce founder, Davis R. Jolie, to give us speak this topic, niche merchandising. You're welcome, Mr. Ozek.
Thank you very much, Mr. Obeta. Greetings to everyone, distinguished consular officials, and everyone who has made time to be part of this event. I am very honored to be the first speaker for this event, and the title of this event is Niche Merchandising. Like the Honorable Consular Official rightly said, the e-commerce sector is a very large sector in the whole of Africa and globally as well. Although the e-commerce sector in Africa, much resources have not been diverted towards it. Therefore, Africans, Nigerians, we have a huge opportunity to make a head start before the multinational companies and other developed e-commerce participants from developed economies actually put a big focus in Africa. Being a very big industry, a very big sector, how can we be able to get into the e-commerce sector? Not everybody has the kind of huge capital base like the likes of Jumia or Konga or the likes of Amazon, who have just made an entry into Africa through South Africa. So for entrepreneurs, what is the best way an entrepreneur can actually move into this sector and still be able to make progress and gradually develop a niche for themselves? So when we say niche merchandising, being the title of my topic for today, it actually niche merchandising actually involves company selling a particular category of products, unlike some other companies who do general merchandising. General merchandising means you are selling goods from different category. You're selling furniture, you're selling digitals, you're selling footwears, you're selling home appliances and home improvements, which actually requires a lot of capital for you to be able to carry inventory. Okay, when we say merchandising, what is merchandising? Merchandising, from the definition, actually means companies that actually retail or sell products that they have not manufactured themselves, unlike manufacturers who actually manufacture these products themselves. Merchandisers are people who select products in the market and present these products to consumers, shoppers, and people generally. Therefore, we have different kinds of niche merchandisers because there are so many products. So sometimes people do not have all the resources to be able to carry these inventories. So this is why many companies have actually chosen a particular kind of product they want to sell. If we take examples of brick and mortar companies, these are actually retailers who have real physical stores. When we say brick and mortar, so we have the likes of IKEA, which we equally have in China. They have devoted their resources to selling home improvement furnitures, and we have the likes of Carrefour, who we equally just focus on supercenter supermarkets, and you have the likes of convenience stores, 7-Eleven, which focus their attention to neighborhoods generally. So they tend to feature their stores around communities that when people, so it provides convenience for people generally. Okay, so these are generally niche merchandisers. Okay, for the sake of time, we will cut it short. And we equally have the likes of those who sell just books. They just devote their resources, time in advertising, in procurement, to just selling of one particular category of products. And when we talk about perfumes, many of us, what comes to mind will be like Sephora or other kind of retailers. When we talk of McDonald's, what comes to mind is quickly fast food, likewise. So therefore, when we now come to e-commerce, as an entrepreneur, if we do not have the kind of resources, if we are just starting new, how can we be able to compete with established e-commerce vendors? And if we are actually starting with very humble capital, how can we actually be able to join these other third-party e-commerce platforms? That brings us to niche retailing. So niche retailing involves a vendor or an entrepreneur actually identifying a customer segment. Therefore, after identifying that segment, you will equally, it will be easier for this vendor or entrepreneur as well to be able to target the kind of product you want to feature to these customers. We have examples. If you actually want to, for example, you want to target first aid supplies, you probably want to look at families. You will probably look at their income level before you will now think about targeting or picking your products. So we have the likes of plasters, bandages, gloves, plaster for kids, and stuff like that. You have those who may decide to just focus their attention on corporate gifts. So when somebody who focuses his attention on corporate gifts, he will actually just look for anything related to corporate gifts. So that means you are actually focused on one category, but you have what you call deeper assortments in that category. So this gives you an advantage unlike the general e-commerce operators. They may have corporate gifts in their categories, but they will not have the kind of deep assortment of somebody who actually is a niche vendor. So these can actually be an advantage for an entrepreneur. These can actually equally help an entrepreneur to be more focused, and that entrepreneur will likely be able to uh, more successful in terms of attracting sales towards their store. So for somebody who is actually using this kind of approach, what are the things that needs to be considered? Now you want to look at the demographics of your customer base. How old are your kind of customers? What are their educational backgrounds? What are their lifestyle, income level, shopping habits? So this kind of gives you an insight as to your kind of customer and how deep you should actually go in your assortment. Although you're carrying one category, it doesn't make you look less relevant, but it actually gives you a bit of more concentration and focus. So now let's ask the question, why do we actually want to be niche sellers? One, first and foremost, is this approach actually requires you to employ less people to actually manage different departments who will actually be those who will be sourcing for products and those who might actually be helping with the branding and all that. The second reason is what? The chances of you having repeat customers are very high. It is now implanted in customers' mind that if they are looking for a particular kind of product, if they want something really specialized or customized, they know they will get it from a store, like a store that is focused on just home improvements, a store that is just focused on apparel, a store that is just focused on outdoor, things like that. Another reason is that with the limited resources these entrepreneurs have, they will not rather just do mass advertising, advertising on TV, advertising on radio, and the rest. Even if they want to advertise on radio or on TV or online, they will have targeted programs they want to direct their advertisement to. So this will have a far-reaching effect to their customers and then continue to bring orders towards these entrepreneurs. Okay, so with this kind of program, you can an entrepreneur will still be able to maintain a store on Amazon if you decide to be global, or you can still maintain a store as a vendor on Jumia, Global, Lazada, if you decide to target Asia. So these will actually still help you to still be a vendor while you do not have your own independent platform. So for entrepreneurs, it will be nice for them to be niche retailers and be well focused and targeted. Thank you once more for the time.